What's up everybody, welcome to the Life of a Board Gamer. My name is Daniel and today we are checking out maps of MISTERRA. It is a game where you will be exploring lands, you will mess up with each other a little bit. So this is a highly interactive game, something that I'm not like a big fan of, but for some strange reason I really enjoy this one. So in this game, what you get, each of the player will get one of these, their personal boards. This is where the half game play is happening, the other half is happening on this big board over here, and all the changes and all the interaction between each of the players. So each player will get one of these boards and the game revolves around playing these cards. There's a bunch of them, I'll just show you the few of these. And you will always have some of these cards on your display, and you will take one of these cards and you will just play it on your board. And of course you will also have, let me just quickly show you, a meeple, and there's some tokens to claim some lands on this big board over here. And these meeples will move around this board and they will explore the spaces where they are currently standing, or adjacent spaces. And when you start, you have to start in one of these spaces that is like on a shore. You just came to this land, you don't know what it is all about. So you can start whatever on this space, wherever you want on these spaces. So for example, if I am standing, let's say over here, I can only explore this space, which means I can take one of the cards and play it either like this or like this. And once you do that, there is going to be these 4 different tiles, and you're just going to put them on this hazy side over here. And this is basically you claiming that this is the forest and these are like the steppe, the plains where you can walk. And when they are flipped on this side, that means that they are for sure forest, and then you can claim it for yourself, maybe get some points that way. Or if somebody plays something else, then it becomes something different. So for example, let's say that another player just showed up, so and they came on the same space where you are, but or maybe they came over here and they decide they want to play this card, which is exactly the same as the previous one, but they want to play it like this. That means that since this is already a steppe, they will just flip it. So now this is 100% confirmed as the steppe, and he says this could also be forest. And when it's your next turn to play, or for this player maybe, he plays it like this, and then he says, you know what, yeah, I changed my mind, I kind of messed up, so I just actually think this is water. So he says this is not a forest, but this is actually a water, and this is a water. So another player, when he moves, he will not be able to explore because the forest doesn't let you explore surrounding lands. You are lost in the forest. And as the game progresses, you will be exploring this entire board, and your small board will be filling up, and you need to fill it up as soon as possible because every empty space will give you negative points. But you can also put, because it's really tempting, you can put over the cards that you already placed on. That means that you didn't maximize your coverage, so to say. And as you are doing that, as I said, you have your board, which you also have some personal goals that you need to achieve on your board. So to have different tiles surrounding, or maybe have like a steppe surrounded by mountains and stuff like that, to have all kinds of terrain on your board, or have some sort of like in this sequence, if you have it, you will get 5 points for it, stuff like that. You have all the same terrains in one line on your board, you will get some points that way. So you will get, and there is like a bunch of these quests, way more than you need for a full 4-player game. So you can play this game for a long time before you see same quests coming. And yeah, the thing is that I want to talk about is these tiles. They all have different things that they do. So if you're standing in the forests, you can't see any further, so you can't explore, so you need to move further away. And when you're in the water, some of these cards that is on display, you can get rid of and get new one before you decide which one you want to play. And if you go on a steppe, you can continue your movement on the next tile. And for example, if you're standing on the mountains, explored or not explored, no, it doesn't matter how they're staying. If you are over here, you can explore only these spaces in a normal way. But if you're on a mountain, you can go one space further away, so you can explore either over here, maybe even over here. Of course, all of that you are doing on your board with these cards, and then over here stuff changes. And basically that's the game, that's it. As I say, said already, it's highly interactive regarding the main board. This is where half of the magic happens, and as you are building your board, as you are trying to score points from those cards, from your personal goals, you can still mess up with other players, because you can 3 times during the game, if you are on a tile that is not claimed, you can claim it. And if it's like say for example, if it's mountain range like this and there is no other tiles over here, you can claim it. Of course, if you are an orange player, not the green one. So if you're an orange player and you're standing here, you can forfeit your move, you can discard the card without playing it and just claim all of this and get some points that way. But if for some strange reason, let's say for example, because these are two that are not connected, adjacently connected, because this is still everybody thinking it's a mountain. So if other player maybe claim this mountain, and maybe throughout shenanigans the green one comes over here and explores in a way that says this is the mountain. Now these two are connected, as you can see, and now nobody of them will get points. And you can mess up with each other a little bit on the board like that. And as I said, replacing the territories with something different because it suits you right at that time that you have it like that. But the main thing is that most points will be happening on your board, in at least in my experience. These are just some extra points that can give you a win, by far, for sure, but you can really mess up with each other over here. So it's a little bit take thatty, but not in a sense that it really ruins all your plans, because still you have those two goals that you need to achieve for a lot of points, and that's on your personal board that nobody can touch or mess up with. So it's really up to you how you want to do it, and you don't want to get yourself stranded in too much forest, because when you're in a forest you can't explore, and that really hurts you. Sometimes you'll just have to do it to go through the forest on the other side of the island, because it will inevitably happen like that. But yeah, and the game ends once the deck is empty, or once the whole land is explored, or once the first player has completed his main board, his personal board. Once all of the spaces are covered, the game plays to the first player, then the game ends. Whoever has the most points is the winner. Absolutely a phenomenal game. I really enjoyed it. And usually I'm not the guy that likes take that games too much, but in this one, for some strange reason, I like it because it's like a little bit side quest to mess up with each other. You are always constantly thinking about your personal board, but if you see that in a way you can mess up with other players a little bit, why not? So definitely check out Maps of MISTERRA. I think it's a nice, fun game with a little bit of take that and player interaction, just enough, like seasoned enough to not overdo it, so you don't like feel, oh my god, I built something for half an hour and now it's destroyed because somebody played some mountain somewhere that I don't like it. So yeah, that's all I have to say about it. Really fun game. I really enjoyed it. Definitely check it out. Maps of MISTERRA. And yeah, that's all I have to say about it. Until next time. Pozdrav.